Well, good morning. It's another amazing day out here. Um, this ranch is just it's incredible. Um, life is good. So I been speaking about a few different things this week, but they're all very related, and they brought up some very interesting questions. And one of the questions that I got from somebody is how do you choose when you have multiple opportunities in front of you? How do you choose? And let's just start by saying, if you have multiple opportunities in front of you, that's a good place to be. And a lot of times we get paralyzed when we have a number of different things we could do and to choose from. It becomes almost daunting and concerning when we have so many great things going on at once. It can actually seem overwhelming and like it's a negative thing. So if you have too many opportunities, or if you have many opportunities to choose from, know that that's a really good place to be, right? Because you have choice. And that's something that we talked about in yesterday's video. You know, the day before, we talked about the common denominator in every single thing, whether it's good or bad, that has happened in your life. The common denominator is actually just one person, you. And the video is, just check it out if you haven't watched it yet, because it's really helpful to understand some of these other concepts. And then yesterday we talked about how to actually analyze ourselves, and we're going to build on that because we can now translate how we analyze ourselves to make sure it relates to the opportunities that are in our life. So today I'm really going to help you come up with a model, or at least give you the questions I ask myself that seem to help me when I want to pursue an opportunity. And there's so many of them, whether it's the right choice or not. And it also actually works exactly the opposite, because if I don't have a good feeling about something, but I'm getting pressure from places around me, or it keeps coming up, then sometimes it's worth investigating, because sometimes those things that seem like they might not be as exciting, they might be the exact opportunity you need to force you to grow and make some changes in your life. Because a lot of times it doesn't seem appealing at first because we've never tried it, or we're afraid we might not be good at it, or we have these little things that voices that we tell ourselves that hold us back from doing things that we might actually thoroughly enjoy. So when I'm trying to choose between multiple opportunities and how I'm going to spend my time, the first thing I really look at is, will this item bring me joy? And is it actually where I want to spend my time? Do I want to spend my life doing this type of thing? Every time I don't ask myself this question, actually, let me back up for a second. Every time I'm in a situation that I'm not enjoying, I realized that I got into that situation without having the foresight of asking myself that question. I just made an agreement that I would go somewhere or be somewhere or do something because I wanted to help somebody or whatever, but I didn't even think about me and my feelings. And that usually leads me to a situation that is not, it's like rolling dice. It's probably not going to be good. It may be good, but you're probably not going to hit snake eyes, right? You're not going to hit that perfection. So the first thing you want to ask yourself, and you have multiple opportunities, look at each one of them and write them down, and actually put next to each one of them, how much joy on a scale from 1 to 10 is this going to bring me? Do I anticipate this bringing me? Because we can't be attached to the outcome, because you never know if something's going to be better than you thought it was going to be, or worse. But from a gut feeling, doing these types of things, I know I enjoy. I feel good about doing it. Is this what I want to spend my life doing? If this is the only life I have, is this the one thing I want to spend my time doing? If I only had, a month left to live, do I want to be doing this thing? If not, then don't be doing it, right? So the first question I ask is, will this bring me joy? And that's gotta be there, because if it's not going to bring you joy, if you don't want to spend your life doing it, why get started on that path, right? So that's the first question. If that's not there, there is my last question is my break all. So there is an exception, but we'll get to that. So the second question that I'll ask is, I look at my wheel, the wheel that I showed you guys yesterday, and I say, how will this affect or impact these areas. And the wheel, for those of you that may not have seen it, let me see if I got it really handy here. I believe I do. And just bear with me. For those of you that have seen it 100 times, there it is. So I'm going to turn this around. So here's the wheel, right? So how is this opportunity going to affect me in a spiritual capacity or a financial capacity or in a personal development or skills development capacity or my relationships or in my health? How is this opportunity, this thing that I'm doing, how is it going to affect those? And is it in line with making that wheel a smooth wheel? Is that in line with actually improving my life in one or more of those areas? Hopefully it can help in all of them, right? Few things can. But if it's actually really true to you, it should actually bump you up in every one of those areas and really help you to stay on a focus and feel really good. If you look at that wheel, look at what areas of your life you're trying to improve. Is this opportunity going to fit in at least one of those areas? Is it a sure thing? Because there's enough sure things out there. We don't have to take long shots, although there is a place for long shots. And this actually leads back to my very last question that I ask myself, and that's the long shot question. So if it brings you joy and it's going to have a positive effect in one or more areas of that wheel, then I continue on with these questions. However, if it doesn't, well, continue on with these questions, but the last question will be your break all, your one exception. So my third is, how is this going to impact others? Because I really believe that we are here to progress and to learn for ourselves. But the best way to do that is by finding a way that actually, and maybe this is just my calling, because not everybody's going to feel this way maybe, but is I want to solve other people's problems or my problems. I want to solve problems that make the world better, make this place an amazing place to live. And I want the things I do to be impacting and helping others in a really, really positive way. So I would imagine, and everybody I talk to, maybe they're not being honest, but I believe everybody wants to have a positive impact on other people's lives. And that's a key component. So this is going to bring me joy, and this is going to help me in my wheel and help me in one of my 5 categories of life, and it's going to have a positive impact on other people's lives, then it's feeling like really, really, really good. It's feeling like this is a good opportunity. Now the thing is, if you have multiple opportunities, they may present all 3 of those. They might actually fit in. If you have multiple opportunities, it might be something that brings you joy. It may be something that is going to help you improve yourself in some way. And it also may be something that's going to impact others possibly or positively. So then the question comes is, does this serve my highest purpose? Am I doing the most with myself by doing this? Or is this just an easy way? Like, yeah, I could sit there and I could clean a bathroom, and anybody that uses that bathroom, they're going to have a better experience in that bathroom because I did a good job cleaning the bathroom. But maybe there's something else I could do that's actually going to serve a higher purpose than me spending time cleaning a bathroom. Maybe there's something I could do, and that's what I'm trying to do with these videos, right? Is motivating people and bringing them into a mindset so that they can go and accomplish their dreams. And I really feel that that's my biggest gift, is to be able to help other people to achieve the goals and dreams that they want to achieve. So yeah, I can clean bathroom and make a great experience when somebody goes to the bathroom, or I can help people go out and pursue their dreams. To me, helping pursue their dreams is just a bigger goal. It's bigger, closer to my higher purpose, right? So I have a mission statement that I have in my life that really revolves around that I want to be able to inspire people to do their greatest good. And I want to inspire people so much that when I have a child, that when they look to me, like they know that anything is possible. I want my children to feel like anything's possible, and I'm proving it consistently because I'm consistently growing and consistently improving and consistently creating new possibilities for myself. And I think that that's something we all should bring to the table. And I think every parent tries to do that, right? But that's my mission. So if that what I want to do, one of these opportunities is not aligned with that, then it's an easy for me to put it to the side and let something new come in, even if I have no opportunities, because the one opportunity is not the right opportunity. And sometimes you just put it to the side. If you have multiple opportunities, is this something that you're really gonna feel great about? That you want your kids to be like, wow, my father or mother did this, or you want your friends to be like, wow, this is amazing. Anything is possible. To me, that's the strongest motivator, is to know that I can inspire other people. Then my 5 is this just a stepping stone? So if it doesn't meet that criteria that it's my highest good that I can do, is it a stepping stone to get me to that highest good? And a lot of times those are those micro goals we talk about. So sometimes you have to take on smaller goals and achieve those. It gives you a lot more direction, but you want to always be working towards that mission statement. You always want to be working towards that highest good of yourself. So your highest good is going to actually encapsulate several other things that you're going to have to do. There's going to be so many little steps to getting to your highest good. And also by doing those little steps, you build a stronger belief in yourself and stronger confidence, and you attract the right people into your life. So absolutely, you can look at something. If it's not your highest good, does it actually fit in with your highest good? Is it on the path to the highest good? Because you don't want to take a ride down the wrong direction, right? Because that only works you away from your goals. So just like if you're driving, right? So if you're going to drive somewhere, sometimes you veer off course to your actual destination because you've got to stop and eat, or you want to stop and see a friend, or you want to stop at a museum and learn something new. This is the same thing with life. Sometimes you have this ultimate mission that you have, but you have to take a little veer off course just to get that new piece of information, to meet that right person, to do that right thing. So that's a very key component, and that leads me right to my final question that I ask myself. So if this is not serving my highest purpose, but I know somehow it's tied in, and it seems like it's a really good opportunity, and I know it's not going to necessarily bring me joy. In fact, I might actually be petrified to do it, right? It might be scary for me to do. Is there a level of growth? That's the one thing that can trump some of these things, is if there is a level of growth that I'm going to get by pursuing this opportunity that I can't get anywhere else in the amount of time, then it's really worth taking a look at. And am I ready for that level of growth? Am I ready to go through growing pains so that I can come out on the other side and have a bigger opportunity in front of me? And this is the way I try to look at it any time that my outcomes didn't match what I initially desired, was that I'm going to get this level of growth. So really quick to recap, because I see a bunch of people have joined in here, and I want to just recap the questions for you that I'll use to help me. So the first one is this item going to bring me joy? Number one, if it's not going to bring me joy, then I kind of put it down to the bottom of the pile, unless it fits with one of these other questions, right? So is that really what I have? One life to live, right now in this body, this ride that I'm going on, and I believe that we are alive so we don't die, but in this meat body ride that I get to go on this one time through, is this how I should be spending my time? Is it really what I want to be doing? And am I acting in love or fear of this? So is this something I do because I love it, or something I'm doing because I'm scared of the consequences if I don't do it? And that's a whole other topic. We talk about that for hours. That's how a lot of us operate, and that's how we're trained to operate, is to be obedient, right? So 2 is what is the key benefit? Is this going to impact my life correctly in one of the 5 key areas that I discussed, which is my personal development, my spiritual development, my health, my finances, or my relationships? It's got to do at least one. Hopefully it does all 5. And this is very helpful if you're trying to choose between multiple, because it should hit several of those 5, right? It should hit at least 2 of them. The third is super important, because it's how is it going to impact others? For me, impacting others and having a positive influence on their life is so important. And I think that's really important for most of us. And I mean, tell me if you don't agree, and if you do agree, give me a like or something like that, because I think we really want to have. Most people really want to do good. They just don't know how, and they want to do good for other people, and they want to inspire other people. So, really, for me, make sure I'm going to have a positive impact on other people's lives. And that's the third question I'll ask myself. Is it going to impact others in a positive way? 4 is, does it serve my highest purpose? Like, is this the best way for me to spend my time? And that's so important. Is it really the best way for me to spend my time? Because we can spend our time doing so many things. And when you have multiple opportunities, it makes it very easy to look at it and say, okay, I can do one of these 5 things. Which one is the best way for me to spend my time? If I only can choose one that I can spend my time, and that should be, it brings me the most joy, it has the most positive impact on that wheel, and it has the most positive impact on other people. And that's the easy way to say, yeah, this is the best way to spend my time. Again, last question does sometimes trump this. So the 5th is this a stepping stone to a larger goal? Is this part of my micro goal? And it might be a little bit off course, but if it's in line with your personal mission of what you want to accomplish in your life, and if you don't have one, just write something. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just write something that if you was going to be on your tombstone, what would be written, right? Or if you wanted people to say something about you, what you want them to say at your eulogy or at any point in time. If you're going to be on the news, what would you want them to be talking about, right? So just start with something, and you'll get a stronger and a better answer for yourself as you sit there and work through what your personal mission is. But just start with something that feels good and keep reading it, and it will get better and better. Promise it will be resonating more and more, and you'll feel good about it to a point where you want to share it with other people and ask them to hold you accountable in it. And by the way, if I'm not being true to my mission, please tell me I'm off course, and let me see why you're perceiving it that way. And sometimes I need to kick in the butt too. So is this thing a stepping stone or a micro goal in the process to living out my true highest purpose? And then the 6th thing that can trump this is if you're going to be able to experience massive growth. I ask myself, what kind of growth is going to come from this experience if I choose this one? And am I ready for that growth? Because a lot of times we are not ready for the growth that actually is going to, or we might feel like we're not ready, right? But we can sometimes choose when we want to actually go through that growth and push through things. And there's times in our lives where we just, it's just like, leave me alone. Like, I just want to have a nice day. And it's fine to have that. Like, sometimes it's like, let's just chill out, and I don't have to go grow and learn a bunch of things or accomplish anything today except for just being happy. Because at the end of the day, that's the ultimate goal, right? It's just being happy. So those are my 6 questions. Jane, I will do a video on dealing with fear, because we will be here for a long time. I promise you I will do one. I will find a time for you with that. There's the number one thing is to not be in that mindset where you think that you're required to do anything. Like, it's okay. First of all, it's okay to have fear. Like, fear can help us. So but it's not a good feeling, but that's a better feeling than depression. So recognize that. There's a video I did on emotional guidance scale. Look at that, and that's going to be really, really helpful. But you really want to focus on the things that are positive, and if it doesn't serve you, just let it be. Number one thing is, if you can't control it, don't worry about it. You can't do anything about it. If you can do something about it, then there's nothing to be scared of. There's nothing to be scared of. If you can do something about it, there's nothing to be scared of, because then you can go do it. But if you can't control it, you can't control it. Let go of it. So I know it sounds easier than it is, but just start saying that to yourself, and just say it to yourself. Write it down. If I can't control it, then there's nothing to worry about. It's out of my control. Otherwise, we all be scared that there's going to be an asteroid hitting us, or we're going to hit an asteroid. Right? So, because we're moving too. We can sit there and freak ourselves out about that. So there's nothing we can do about it, so there's no point in even worrying about it. But if there is something you can do about it, then why worry? Go do it. Just start thinking about what you can do. And that will help you to feel a little bit better. Also, just go back and remember some times that things were really good in your life. And if you know the Superman stance, go stand in that for a couple minutes and see how you feel. And that's in some of my other videos. But I've gone way over here. I will come back to the fear and do another video on that for you, Jane. And anybody, if you have questions or any ideas, anything that you want to hear, please send me a message. Please share this. Hope that helps, and I hope you have a great day, and hope you can get out of your day what you need to, and hopefully you can decide on your different opportunities that you have a little bit easier just by asking yourself these 6 questions. And if you have any ideas of other ones that I should be adding to this, please send them to me. I'm still learning too. I'm going through the process just as you are. Have a great day.